Yeah, and this story quest goes on forever. They usually last like 5 or 8 hours. So we're doing an investigation. We were with Sino, but him and Itham are having a falling out. They're like jealous of each other. Well, that they're not, but that's the way they act. And he's like, "You chose to side with him," and Itham's all sad because we went on an investigation alone with Sino and left him here. And then we decided to go with Alhaitham this time. We left Sino because we needed to talk to some girl who was afraid of him. So he's like, "I'll stay here because she won't tell you anything." But we didn't go back and get him. In fact, Alhaitham just took us out here to the desert. So Sino's probably going to be like, "Why did you abandon me?"
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Yeah, the knowledge capsule. The Eremite guy who went mad.
Oh! Now that you mention it, they're acting the same way!
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
I see. I like how we've been on this investigation for a long time, but the only thing I keep thinking about is the fact that Kusanali is trapped and Skara's like, "I see you," and he's gonna get her and we're just fucking around in the desert. Like, shouldn't we be hurrying and trying to help her? I can't stop thinking about that.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night, when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... No, Paimon doesn't want to think about this!
How did you learn of this technology?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects.
Yeah, actually write everything down.
Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps His curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
No, that can't be right. Most of the math scholars had made contact with the divine consciousness in the forest. That's what the academia is after. It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui. The Doctor and Skara, they're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the Balladeer into a god. Yeah, they're just giving him endless fucking knowledge. Like what they extract from other people, they're putting into him, which is why he's like psycho.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
The academia needs people who have been exposed to the divine consciousness.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected. Just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait! Didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
He's like, no.
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeria, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Your motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Though he rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility, he justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivations. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
You're a black sheep.
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that. He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru village.
Burning his iris into my mind. Ow! My bird is doing a dance. Huh? Oh. But that goes to the... upstairs? Come down, just come down for a moment. Turn around. That was the same name as before. No, it wasn't here. It was outside. Paimon the sort of treasure we'll find in here. The shelves are full of thin books. You browse through them and find that they seem to be hospital documents such as medical records or finance statements. You shut the door in disappointment. Paimon thought there would be some special treasure inside. Even the wooden barrels and crates we find on our adventures are better than this. At least those had cabbage or fowl inside. What is this? Looks like it fell out from over there. Let Paimon see. Maybe it'll lead us to treasure. Oh my god. So Abyss was that name that was downstairs. Basic status mission. Scabby stain at limbs, extremities, multiple ulcers on the back, chest, and other bodily surfaces. Weakness of limbs and poor mobility observed. Mental facilities are coherent. Oh my god, can't read. Though there are clear signs of fatigue, poor sleep quality, and poor appetite. Doctor in charge, Amelie. Week 1 of hospitalization. New scabs at limbs, extremities, and enlarged ulcers. The left arm seems unusable and is in pain. Mental faculties are coherent, though there are clear signs of fatigue. Again, same thing. Week 3. Scabs are scale-like and have spread across the surface of the body. There is necrosis and multiple ulcers. The patient has fallen into a coma. Week 9. The necrosis of the ulcers has been effectively kept under control, and no new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. The patient is in a comatose state. Week 15. The wound from the replacement treatment has not healed even after a long time. No new scabs have appeared on the surface of the body. There is weakness in the limbs, and the patient cannot grasp items on their own. The patient is also experiencing fever and vomiting. Mental faculties are coherent. Same thing as before. Poor sleep and unable to eat. The doctor blank. Week 21. We have started to manage to keep the scabs on the body surface under control, and the new limbs function has been restored. The patient is experiencing chronic coughing and is prone to fainting. Okay. It's in a good state. Sleep quality and appetite are decent. I like how it's Almondy for all of them, and then it just like stopped after that. Alazar, so scary. What does the other document say? Oh my god, you're blinding the fucking shit out of me. Now, when I read text like this and then I look away, I get white and black lines through my vision. When I stare at any screens and I have to read text, something with the way my vision is, could be my photophobia, but when I read things, even when I close my eyes, like my eyes are closed right now, and I see a bunch of tiny white and black lines, like stripes, almost like prison stripes going across my entire vision. Oh, I have a hard time reading stuff because of it. Trying to stretch. Okay. After 20 weeks of treatment, Specimen 4's new skin and new left arm have recovered well, and no changes in appetite or sleep. Mental state functionalities beyond normal range. There have been multiple attempts to leave the care area. God's voice guides me is cited as motivation, and the specimen is believed to have delusional tendencies. Additionally, the God's voice described in the confession in the possibility related to the resonant quake phenomena present in the internal topographic structure of the dunes. This should be investigated to rule out ungovernmental input interference. Increased supervision. So the second phase of the blank trial is beginning to see results. The next phase, blank observation for the organs, following extensive examination. Sample 3 is the best material for the third phase of the blank trial. Before the implementation of blank is required. Continuous vomiting and skin blank is a normal occurrence. Blank must be prepared beforehand for specimen 4 to maintain the circulation of blank. After completion of the basic blank operation, observe the subject for 1 week. If normal psychological activity, is observed in the organs, the rate of deterioration on the surface scabs is reduced. The limb function is restored, and the next phase of the blank trial can commence. Physicians note all specimens have one thing in common. Body elemental quantities were at normally high levels and were positively correlated with the severity of the disease. After the blank experiment, body elemental quantities were reduced, and samples self-reported a reduction in symptoms. It is reasonable to hypothesize that there is a causal relationship between elemental quantities and Alazar. More controlled trials should be conducted to exclude redundant variables. Note, this is long. That's what she said. The enrichment process of elemental quantities in humans may be dynamically sustained. After the completion of early blank experiments within a short period of time, specimen 1's physical indicators trended to the norm. In later stages, due to the blank not being completed, the quantity of elements in the sample bodies rebounded, and symptoms increased, leading to specimen 1 blank cannot be recycled for materials, I guess their death. Information obtained. Preparations must be made for long-term trials. Blank cannot be stopped before the specimen's symptoms have stabilized. Due to the nature of the trial, there must be a method to stabilize the sample's moods. Removal of blank may be attempted. Following the new method, the material rejection rate has been significantly reduced. Specimens 2 and 3 develop mental instability due to associative connections to fundamental inner quantities of blank, and tended to attribute the disease to unvariable divine punishment. Consequently, considering it blasphemy to accept blank as treatment, it is very interesting, though. Exploring neural stimulation and the resulting cognitive shifts could be a future research topic. Due to the above uncontrollable variables that halted at stage 2, a shame. However, the materials provided by these 2 samples were the best quality materials so far. It is reasonable to believe that the perfect performance of specimen 4 is related to the material quantity provided by these 2 samples. Ultimately, once the 3-stage experiment was completed, specimen 4's symptoms disappeared completely, proving that it is possible to use blank to control the elemental content of a person's body without relying on elemental power. There is potential for weaponization. Discussions of research on blank have to be increased in the future. Humans have unlimited potential. It may be foolish for me as a researcher to write this, but with enough input, I might be able to reach the level of a god, or so people might call it. Paimon didn't understand a thing. I didn't get it either. Ignorance might be a bliss here, to be honest. You understood it? Paimon only got the bit that goes, God's voice guides me. Does that mean there will be unique voices guiding us here? It could be underground water flow or creature activity. Yeah, who knows? There might be I can't read. There might be some underground ruins. Let's listen for any sounds and take a closer look when we hear something. Before my time. Was that my bird making that flapping sound? People don't want to mention his name, nor do want to remember his words or deeds. What does that mean? It's hard to read that because I told you, like, I get that thing through my vision. It gets really obscured. It becomes hard for me to read. I've always suffered with that, though. When I read text on screen, if I stare at it long enough, it puts white and black lines through my vision. Even when I close my eyes, I can still see them. I don't know what it is. I mean, I do have my photophobia. I am sensitive to all forms of light, and that sometimes when light hits me, it puts a blind spot in my vision, and I can't see. It sucks. It's not cataracts either. My eyes are fine. It's just the way light hits my eyes, period. Sometimes I can't even look out my window during the daytime. I get a horrible pain in the center of my forehead, and it hurts so bad I have to squint, and I can't see. My vision becomes darkened. Like sometimes, like, it'll like fade, you know, like the way my vision is. I really am sensitive to light where certain things I can't read or see. Just reading that put like these white and black lines in my vision, and I was having a hard time because I'm trying to see through it. Fades after a while once I look away, but during that time it's hard.
Back!
And we have Al-Atham with us. Oh, that guy's fine now?
You must be tired. You should rest and take some water.
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless, he's one of the people we're trying to find.
Tell everyone what you saw in the abandoned hospital and share your current theory.
So, at one point in time, The abandoned Elazar Hospital served as the Academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at our new village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the Academia.
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
My PS4 is overheating again. It's like...
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Care to share your thoughts, Mr. Tough Guy?
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Everyone has said something against Sino. They're like, everybody's afraid of you. You're too obvious. People fucking stay away from you. They hide information every time they find out you're involved.
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Al-Haytham, since you were always acting alone.
I know. You have a point, but I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the Academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The Academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The Academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you. Every so often comes in Yagarbaha Day. On this day, the Academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing the thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
Even the time when he takes a shit.
You're saying that the Academia entered my information into the Akasha too?
Yes, so everyone knows everything about you.
But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
They even know your dick size. What are you, like a 7?
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The Academia has been watching you longer than you think.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the Academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
Exactly.
I have an idea.
What? Don't look at me like that.
If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is. Paimon gets it now.
Do you?
If the Academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind him.
Yep, that's right.
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
You're getting smarter, Paimon.
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him! Please, wait! I want to go too!
No, you don't, you fucking child.
You want to go too? If so, You have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you. Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
It's Dia. She bounced the hell out.
I'll be awaiting your good news.
How did we not notice her leave? What are we, idiots? She literally just like got up and walked out of the room. We all saw her, or were we too busy staring at Sino that we didn't notice? Like the moment Paimon said that, she was like, I'm gonna yeet myself out of this room. Like, how dense are we? We couldn't miss someone get up and walk out of a room. I mean, I guess if you're really busy doing something or really focused on a conversation, you would miss that. Kind of like how when you're watching TV and someone talks to you, or you're looking at your phone reading something and somebody says something, and you're like, what did you say? Because you didn't hear it. That's happened to me a lot of times. I'll be like really focusing on something, or like watching TV or something, and somebody will talk to me and I'm like, what'd you say? I mean, it's also because I have ADHD, but that's not entirely it. Woo! Well, they made that easy for me. Oh, I hear it. Yeah, but I only have 11 out of 30. I have so much more to get.
So, where do we go from here?
Sino is untextured, as is all of us. Sino, do you remember the route you took?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
Okay,
I
I'm
know
here.
the desert like the back of my hand.
I wanted to get the thing, but I have to follow him. And he runs fast.
One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert. But I was the one who brought him back.
Well.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon got running around everywhere was already enough work.
Paimon, isn't the time for complaining.
Okay. So, we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, it looks like it's buried really deep.
With some effort, you managed to retrieve the buried objects.
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset.
That's what they were using to extract the knowledge out of people.
Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way, because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Everyone goes in different directions and starts digging in the sand. After a short while, you dig up another device nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
It has a nice look to it.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
I just said that.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
You can't say that. You don't know that.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand,
Means it's been here a while.
I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
I agree.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Alright. Follow you again. What way are you going?
But running in sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's funny that she flies when she doesn't have any wings or anything. She literally hovers. I wouldn't call it flying. I'd call it hover.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
I can't move because Sino is preventing me.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
When they said there was a mole, is it her?
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our deal.
Tia? Why would you... Tia!
Oh no.
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
You've betrayed our new village.
Man, the way he said that. Cut me harder, literally.
So, this is the great General Mahamantra.
He's cute, isn't he?
Dear, he'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
She's like, mine, motherfucker.
Shut it, Paimon.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting the Scarlet King. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of the Scarlet King. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village Mad scholars aren't gonna bring the Scarlet King back to life.
I like how my birds keep T-posing in my game. It's been happening a lot lately. You see it? Where they just T-pose. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. I don't really care. It kind of looks like they're heralding me, but it looks fucking weird. It's almost like they're like, over here! And they just keep doing it. Their animation freezes.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samia.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these 2 men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukadavada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed the Scarlet King. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile. Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. But I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage. These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in the Scarlet King, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty promises.
Unlike you.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
Then she's like, shut the fuck up and take Elohim.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm. Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Main. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, dear. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
She's really gonna do it?
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Sure? Go ahead and cut off a right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
We're just fucking standing there.
Stop!
What the fuck? That was too slow.
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Man, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
What the fuck? My T-posing birds. Love it.
I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
I'll be worried about you.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them. If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
I think he was just stating the truth.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
Return to our village and rest your runes in preparation for tomorrow's exchange. But what are the chances of success? What are the stakes? There's no way of knowing. They love to teleport me away. Fucking pieces. Oh, my friend answered me back. Man, the way I'm sitting is hurting so bad. Fucking come on my phone. I don't know what's wrong with YouTube. I don't know if other people have this problem, but if you let it sit open all the time like I do, and then you go to like open it or touch stuff, it'll like fucking freeze. It'll freeze. And sometimes I'll click on a video to watch it, right, and it starts playing, and then YouTube just like closes itself out, and I have to click on the app on my phone and reopen it. And I'm like, the fuck? Like sometimes I'm like, is it just a cache building? But my phone wouldn't do that. I always clear out my history, and I don't really look at anything except for fucking PlayStation app and YouTube. Those are the only two apps I use, and maybe Pinterest once in a while. So I don't get why it would do that. Stop that. I like how they just load the fuck in. Hello everyone, it's me.
You're so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak, are you sure you want to come with us?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia, I want to be there to bring Grandpa home.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday.
Oh my god.
No more of that today, understood? Or I'll be very upset with you.
Fine.
Ida. Well, there was a thing I wanted to look at when I was following Sino, and he didn't fucking let me look at it, but... Where am I going? Holy shit, fuck. Alright. Okay, I'm lucky I went out there and got those points. Well, actually, where we met Sino... Wasn't it the opposite direction? Or no, it was this way. Yeah, it was this way. Because I remember going... I remember using the points in midair. Yeah, I had used these. But where is it at? There? There it is. I wanted to look at it, but I had to follow him and I couldn't. Oh. They don't see shit. They don't see fucking nothing. Yeah, my friend's blowing me up on YouTube. I went to check one message and found out that I had more. I'll answer that back later. Nope, they don't want to give me my fruit. What the? There's a Sealy! I can't make her run any faster. What are the floating flames? Is that a glitch, or is it just my game not loading shit again? Yep, my game not loading shit again. Alright. Woo! There's another one? And it flew off without me. I want to get this. Hold on. Fucking, come on. Gimme! Might be, I don't know if my controller is getting low. Oh yeah, they're gonna do that again. Where I gotta find the... You can't climb up that magic wall. Last time there were monuments that broke that. I don't see any anywhere. Look at my bird. There's another one floating right the fuck there. What is this? Another puzzle again, where I have to like go around and figure out. Yeah, I know what these are. No, these puzzles are difficult. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I know, but that's easier said than done because it's way up there. Yeah, it's a time thing. You probably have to do it from that other side and then get to the other side and hit them. I'll worry about that later. They're kind of cute. They look like little snails to me. Butterfly snails. Or bird snails, more like. It's kind of like fins. I don't know. Stingray crossed with a snail? Butterfly?
Is this an answer from this world?
I doubt it. Which sucks, because now I have to walk all the way back. See, that's the whole reason why these are here. But they're so fucking far apart, it's like, what? Every time she does that, she sounds like she's drinking water.
They got here before us.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
You didn't have to admit that.
Is everything ready?
For trading, I'll eat them for him?
Absolutely. Although, you brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa! Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word. What's this about?
It's a one-for-one exchange. Sounds fair, don't you think? And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is already a huge compromise on my part. Don't you think you've asked enough?
You stay right there!
What do you think you're doing? Don't you see this blade here? You coward! Why are your hands shaking? Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Kusanali?
I'm dizzy.
Is everyone alright?
This day's going just great.
What a nuisance.
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village keeper protected us. It glowed green with Dendro. Just like you said, it may well have been the remains of Lesser Lord Kusanali's power inside the scholar's body.
No doubt. You finally believe me, Sino?
The Dendro Archon. The present one.
Yes.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a temple here?
You would think
It
Sino would know
seems that
about
when the
this.
sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to the Scarlet King's civilization. This structure must be ancient. Over time, the sandstorms completely buried it and left it in the state we see now. It could have been an underground palace in the distant past.
Oh, a miracle. Praise the Scarlet King!
What's he doing here? And his men too?
They must have fallen down here with us. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Most of them seem in really bad shape. Except for him. He got off lightly.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our exalted Lord has shown us the way to his sacred palace.
That loading.
He's not actually gonna go in there, is he?
As it happens, I want to take a look inside too.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
Being innuendous.
Don't you think it's curious? One minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from harm, and the next, remnants of the Scarlet King's civilization appear. Two major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be a shame not to witness them both.
I thought you weren't interested in gods.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. Or creature, you could say. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have anything to do with gods is neither here nor there.
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. The Scarlet King will take care of his people. Right now, I'm going inside.
What the fuck? Desert Raider! Oh. What do I have again? Get it.
Grandpa? Grandpa? Oh no, he's getting confused again.
That's what he said last time. So my bird I've been calling Azois because it's like blue for azure, but it's kind of green for like turquoise, so I've been just calling it Azois. Mysterious ruins that have been hidden deep under the layers of sand. Incomprehensible power seems to be flow within. No, this is gonna be fucking hard, isn't it? They're like, your characters are weak as shit. The fuck are you doing? You know. Losing my mind. Alright. They're like, have you chosen your final four? I mean, I chose the characters that are strong. Hazo is pretty strong too, but I kind of want to keep the main character with me just for now. It's kind of funny how my team has changed the longer I keep playing this. Razor used to be in my team permanently, but because the Electro Archon also has Electro, she replaced him. And then Barbara got replaced with other characters too, because I used to keep her for healer, but I kind of need more attack power, so holy shit, this place. It just sucks because now I have to heal my characters with items. Wow, that untexturedness is weird.
This defies comprehension. It looked completely desolate from the outside. Yet, it flows with energy inside.
Yeah! And there's so many plants! It's so pretty!
Time to eat them.
Sir Rahman,
Huh?
do you see another Rahman here?
Are you mocking me? What do you mean, sir?
Interpret it however you want, but there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While this structure is clearly left over from the Scarlet King civilization, the energy that flows in here is that of the Dendro Archon.
True, because she controls plants.
Whatever you say. It's not like I have a vision.
There's nothing to be angry about. Think of this as an academic journey.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have to explore this whole area to find an explanation.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's great. Oh my god. Oh. Am I supposed to be forming something? How do I even know if I'm doing this right? This one's glowing. Huh? What? Look up at the hall as a mortal and listen to King... I want to say it's Deshret's holy guidance. Oh, wait. But they all glow, though. Probably have to make a match. If you did it right, it'll glow. Okay. Okay, this one stopped glowing. Oh, they rotate together. I took a guess on that. I actually didn't know. Yeah, radish. She looked like she froze.
Germinate!
Right in the face.
Nice and spicy!
Illusion shattered!
A touch of frost.
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!